To get started on the ripple stitch, we need to create a foundation chain in multiples of 12 plus 3. So here I have chained 36 from a multiple of 12, added 3, so I have 39 chains in my foundation chain. To get started, we're going to crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, so not counting this chain on the hook, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to insert our hook into that space with a double crochet. I'm using US crochet terms. If you crochet in UK terms, this is a treble crochet. So I'm going to create 1 double crochet in there, and then in the next 3 spaces I'm going to create double crochet again. So just in there for 3 more double crochets. And then in the next stitch here, I'm going to create a decrease, so a double crochet decrease. So I'm going to yarn over and insert into that space, yarn over and pull through, then I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2. And instead of yarning over and pulling through 2 to finish the stitch, I am going to yarn over and start a double crochet in my next stitch. So I'm going to do 2 stitches together with 1 double crochet. So yarn over and pull through 2, and then you have 3 loops left on the hook, and you want to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops, and that just brings those stitches together. And we're going to do that again in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over and insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of yarning over and pulling through 2 to finish the stitch, we're going to yarn over and start a double crochet in the next chain. Yarn over, pull through 2. You have 3 loops left on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So that's effectively made 4 chains, 2 stitches. So in the next 3 chains, we're just going to put double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. And now we're going to make double crochet increases. So into the next chain, we're actually going to put 2 double crochet, so in the same space. So double crochet into the next chain, and then double crochet again into that same space that you came out of. And then we're just going to do that again in the next chain. So 2 double crochets in the same space. So that's 1 double crochet, and then start your next double crochet in the same chain space that you just came out of. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets in the next 3 chains. And 3. And then we're going to do our decreases again. So we are going to effectively make for the next 4 chains 2 stitches. So we're going to start our double crochet in the next chain, insert yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. Then in the next chain, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops left on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and you're going to do that again in the next 2 chains. And these create the dips of our ripple. So as you can see, it's starting to take shape. So our decrease makes the dip and our increases make the peaks. And between each dip and peak, there are 3 double crochets. So we're going to do 3 double crochets now in the next 3 chains. And then we're going to create our peak again, which is 4 double crochets over 2 stitches. So you've just done 1, we're going to go into the same space and create another one, and then into the next stitch we're going to put 2 more double crochets. So now we are going to do 3 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. And then we're going to create our peak again, which is 2 double crochet decreases. So yarn over and insert, yarn over, pull through 2, don't finish, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through. And we're going to do that again. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next chain, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, sorry, then yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches. Then we're going to do a three double crochet in the next 3 stitches, 2 and 3, and in the last stitch, to mimic the start of our row, so this double crochet and this chain 3 count as one increase, we're just going to pop an increase into that very last stitch of the chain there. So 2 double crochet in that chain. And that has created your first row of the ripple stitch. So to move on to the next row, we're chaining 3, sorry, and turning our work. This yarn is in my way again. Now this counts, we're just going to repeat what we did here. So we're going to start with the 2 double crochet in 1 stitch, which will be the increase. And we're going to do that here. So this counts as 1, and in that stitch, that very first stitch there, we are just going to place 1 more double crochet, and that counts as an increase. And then the pattern repeats itself. So 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then our 2 decreases. So 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to do our double crochet decreases. So insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop, and then start a new double crochet in the next stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook for 1. Then you're going to repeat that again into the next or over the next 2 stitches, sorry, just like that. And then you're going to do 3 double crochet in the next, so 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, sorry, to keep the pattern going. 2 and 3, and then we're going to do our increases, which is 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2, and then we're just going to do an increase in the next stitch as well, 1 and 2. And that is the pattern repeat all the way to the end of the row. So if you need a refresher, pause and rewind the video. Our next stitches are 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, then 2 decreases, and so on until the end. I'm going to meet you back at the end where I'm going to show you how to change colour within this pattern, and then I'm going to do 2 more rows with you, and then you can go away and create your projects. So I am almost at the end of my row, and I'll just take my hook out so I can show you. Just here, it looks like we only have 1 stitch left, but we actually need to make sure that we go into this turning chain, the top of this turning chain as well, to keep those edges nice and straight. So I have just done my 2 decreases and then 2 double crochet. So I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and in the top of my turning chain, to mimic that increase from the start of the row, I'm going to do 2 double crochet into there. Now it can be a bit fiddly to get your hook into the top of a chain 3, but just keep trying. So 1 and then another 1 straight into that same space, and again that will keep your edges nice and straight, as you can see. So your work should start to look something like this. Now I'm actually going to undo that last double crochet because I want to change colours at the end of this row, just so you can see what a colour change looks like within this pattern. So I'm just going to get my next colour. I'm going to bring it in here. I'm going to be using this mustard. So I'm just going to take out just that last stitch. So I'm going to start the stitch in there. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2. Instead of yarning over with the grey, which is my working yarn, to pull through those 2 loops, I'm going to yarn over with the mustard, and then I'm going to chain 3, and you can just pull on the grey and on the mustard just to bring it down and make it tighter. Then I'm just going to cut my grey so it doesn't get in the way. Pull that out. So I'm going to be working with my mustard yarn now, and I'm just going to do exactly the same thing as I did before. So I'm going to do 1 double crochet, and that will count as an increase in this first space here. And then I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, followed by my decreases over the next 4. So 2 decreases, sorry, over 4 stitches. Sorry, that sounded a bit confusing. So 1, 2 and 3. And then I'm going to start my decrease. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, stop, and then into the next stitch, pull through all 3 loops. And that's your first decrease. And another decrease. Okay, and repeat the pattern as normal all the way to the end. I'll meet you back at the end just to go over how to keep those edges nice and straight, and then I will build my swatch up a little bit, and I'll just show you what it looks like with the contrasting colours. So as you can see, I've worked up a few more rows, and I'm almost at the end of this row. I just wanted to go over the importance of not missing that increase at the end, and then also the colour change again, just so you can get an idea of how you can build your work in different colours. So I've done my 2 decreases here, and I've done 2 double crochets, sorry. And here, if we just look here, it looks like there's only room for 1 more double crochet, but we do need to work into this chain at the side, which will be the top of our chain 3 as well, with an increase in there. So we're going to do 1 more double crochet into that next stitch, and then just here on the side of our work, we need to try and wiggle our hook in there. Like I said before, it can be a bit tricky, just to get your hook in. Sorry, I'm just going to take it away from the camera so I can see it better. Okay. So once you've got your hook in, yarn over and pull through, and then we're increasing, so we need to do another one in that same space. It should be a bit easier, she says, to get your hook in the second time, just in that same space with an increase. But I'm going to yarn over for my final yarn over of that row with my new colour to change colours. So on your last stitch, instead of pulling through with your working yarn, you can bring in your next colour, yarn over and pull through, and then chain 3 in your new colour, and then cut off your old colour. And if you work 2 rows of each colour, then all your yarn ends will be on the same side, which will not necessarily make it easier to sew them in, but it because yeah, it's never easy sewing in yarn ends, but at least they're all on the same side, so once you know that one side is complete, you don't have to jump over to the other side. So this is what our work is looking like at the moment, and obviously the more rows you do, the longer your work will be. But yeah, this is a great stitch for blankets. I've even seen some cardigans and jumpers made out of this stitch, which is just fabulous. A scarf if you want to do a narrower version. But yeah, really, really good stitch, really easy beginner stitch, and a really, really good stitch for practicing those increases and those decreases. So if you loved this tutorial, please give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so I know that you'd like me to create more content, and I'll see you for the next one.